I'm just asking questions here.
I don't like it. You close the lid. You do, but you close the lid on your outdoor grill, too.
So it's a George
Foreman.
It's not a George Foreman. It's far more sophisticated than what you all are describing. And it does an incredible job. It's no different flavoring, taste, everything than my outdoor grill.
I think Frankie Beverly is rolling over in his grave somewhere, listening, knowing that this cookout song is going to be played later, and you're going to be inside, willingly choosing to be inside on your electric grill. You're George Foreman.
There is some pitmaster right now listening to his or her radio, driving around, hearing Myron Metcalf say that his food on his indoor electric plug-in grill tastes the same as an outdoor grill. I mean, you just insulted an entire livelihood.
How is this any different than just cooking on the stove?
It's not. You know why they're insulted, Amber? Because these barbecue people are the most intense people in the world. They got to lay out all their tools. They need everything to be just right. Oh, can you grab my extra seasoning that I only use twice a year? Like, they do a lot of things that make you think that they're special, and they're just not. Also, you know when that food's going to be ready, Amber? 6 o'clock. You know when my stuff is ready?
6
noon
minutes
at the latest. Like,
you can
ready
schedule
to go.
things around. Like, you
That's
can
what I'm
schedule
saying.
cooking
It's not my whole
outside.
day.
No, but you can schedule cooking outside from when you want to eat.
It's a lot.
Do you have like a Wi-Fi app on your phone that connects to your electric grill, Myron?
Yeah, he heats it up when he's like
To my
coming
thermometer.
home. Yeah.
To my thermometer. Yeah, to my thermometer.
You're bougie too. If you've got this like telephone controlled grill.
Yeah, because I mean, people are like, oh, put a little olive oil on the chicken and all these things they do to make you think that they're
You mean
seasoning
season
and
it?
flavoring.
What are you talking about?
Listen, they do too much. Barbecue people are the most intense people on holidays like this, and they need to be stopped. I'm just telling you. Get an indoor grill, you can cut all that out.
Do you think like salt is too spicy? What's happening right now?
You see how they put salt on stuff? They do what's the do? Salt Baby? What's his name?
Oh, yeah,
What's the
Salt
guy's
Bae.
name? Salt Baby. What? Salt Baby. Salt. What's his name? Salt Baby.
Yeah.
Sprinkles the little thing. Like, it's just over the top.
Salt baby, you nailed it.
It's over the top. It's over the top. It's too much.
That was like 10 years ago, Byron.
That really was,
Oh, was
actually.
he?
That was a
I don't know.
throwback, yes.
That is not
I just
recent.
know he did this, and that's too much. It's too intense.
Oh man, it's unsportsmanlike. ESPN Radio and ESPN2. Myron Metcalf, Amber Wilson, Courtney Cronin sitting in for Evan Canty and Michelle. They're off barbecuing today because it's Memorial Day. I know what Myron's not going to be doing later. Goodness gracious. Amber's right. You literally did just insult an entire group of people that are out there today being like, we're never inviting Myron to our barbecue or cookout.
They're easily offended. I'm just telling you, all of them. Who buys an apron for yourself to cook on your deck? Think about that. Who buys an outfit, a costume
It's to keep your
cook in your
clothes
backyard?
clean when you're cooking. Like, people wear aprons inside as well.
Amber, they want
when
the
they're cooking.
attention. They just want the attention. They want everybody to look at them in their fancy grill. That's what it's all about.
Or they don't want to get dirty.
It's a very self-centered act. I'm just telling you.
You're cooking
Barbecue
for
people,
other people. How is that self-centered?
They're cooking for themselves. It's really about them. It's really about
It's a show, is what Myron's
100%.
saying.
Well, the show last night, how's that for a transition?
That's a good transition, Courtney.
San
It's a good
Antonio
transition.
Spurs kicking the bleep out of the Oklahoma City Thunder. 103-82. It was nowhere close. Complete opposite result from what happened in Game 3. Now the series is tied 2 apiece in the Western Conference Finals. And what Victor Wembanyama did last night, 33 points in 31 minutes, was tremendous. That moment right before halftime, the half-court shot from 40 feet out, and then he banks it. The entire crowd goes insane. That's the moment for me, guys, that I knew that they were going to run away with this game. And they did. And for where they are going into Tuesday's Game 5, series shifts back to Oklahoma City. I absolutely feel better about the Spurs at this point. And this thing is ping pong back and forth. Game 1 gave us an all-time classic, Myron. And then we saw what the Oklahoma City Thunder did to grab Game 2 and 3. But now, seeing what we did with the Spurs last night, I know Amber's been telling us to pump our brakes this morning on this team and on Victor Wembanyama and the praise, but how can you not feel better about the Spurs considering they were facing a 3-1 hole last night and they end up evening this thing out as it shifts back to Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I think you got to respect young guys who've never been there before just responding the way that they did. I think that was remarkable to see, and then the way that Wemby played. I think it's valid what Amber's saying. SG has accomplished so much. He has a championship, multiple MVPs. But I do think sort of the tone of this series has changed. I came into it, Amber, thinking the Spurs have to shut down SGA to have a chance to win. Now I think this series will be decided on whether or not OKC can shut Wemby down or slow him down. That, to me, is what has changed. Wemby is the main character right now in this series, and I think he's the best player as well. He's going to determine, I think, what happens going forward.
So I don't think you can shut Wemby down. I mean, you can try to do some things. You can try to keep him out of the paint. You know, you can try. They've tried different looks against him. You can try to go small, frustrate him that way, whatever. You can't shut a player like that down. That's going to be the greatness of a player at that height that can do so many brilliant things on both ends of the floor. But they did throw a lot at SGA last night, a lot of different looks. Obviously, it's been effective at times in this series, and that's really what you can hope for with these greats. Maybe you can be effective at times against Wemby, and we saw that in games 2 and 3. But what it's more about is kind of shutting everybody else down. The Thunder's bench was awful last night, and I mean, maybe that's the wear and tear of the postseason, and so maybe they have a bad game last night, and we're going to see a totally different Thunder bench in the next game. That's sort of how these things go with the momentum swings. Credit to OKC because they did take 2 in a row. That's something that we haven't seen San Antonio be able to do yet in this series. Are they going to be able to do that in game 5? This thing is even, is all I'm saying. I do think that we're riding high, Courtney, on emotions coming off of last night, and we're forgetting that this is a 2-2 series. This is, you know, we're acting, right, like we're acting like the Spurs are out here sweeping the Thunder, and it ain't over. It's very, very far from over.
Well, and we're also acting like it's just Victor Wembanyama and it's just the offense of this Spurs team putting up 103 points last night. Defensively, what they did to this Oklahoma City Thunder team to make them shoot 33% from the field, they contested 91% of shots last night. That stat that De'Aaron Fox just rattled off in his post-game press conference, you had to think about it. You're like, we haven't seen this high-powered Thunder offense look like this all series long. Let's hear from Mark Daigneault, Oklahoma City Thunder head coach, about how his team played and the defense that took him out.
We left a lot to be desired on that end of the floor tonight. We didn't have the sharpness, force, or precision necessary to crack them, and they were really good defensively. Just their energy, their physicality, as you know, coming in, they're down, and they're at home. And you can kind of expect that, but it's different when you're out there. So credit them. They outplayed us tonight. But the group we had can play a lot better than we played tonight as well. So
because they played better in game 3, and we saw that. I mean, you had Jared McCain in game 3, who did all the things that he needed to do, 24 points. He was 1 of 10 last night. Yeah. Stephon Castle on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the primary defender, held SGA to just 19 points. Jalen Williams wasn't very good last night. Do we think that their offense, Amber, gets back on track in game 5? You go home. Was this an anomaly? Because I think the Spurs found the formula here with the perimeter defense to take the Thunder out of a rhythm early, to not allow them to establish much, by way of shooting from outside, because they held them scoreless. First quarter, they didn't make their first basket until 5:08. And then obviously, the way that the Spurs were able to, build that 25-point lead just felt like they, frankly, had kind of given up at that point once they realized, hey, these shots aren't going to fall because of the way they're being contested.
Yeah, the Thunder felt flat in this game, but also it's what the Spurs were doing against them, and they were incredibly effective, and they were very effective against SGA. But that is the fewest points that the Thunder have scored in any game, including the regular season, since December 2nd of 2021. So do I think that this is going to happen again and that the Spurs cracked some sort of code here? No, I don't. I think that the Thunder, they make adjustments into game 5, Myron. That's what you do when you go, you watch the film, you have an opportunity. So yes, what the Spurs were doing against the Thunder was really, really effective, but also in a way that we haven't seen